Welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray on ESPN 790 AM, brought to you proudly by the Tennessee Wildlife and Resources Agency.
Hey, welcome back to Outdoors with Larry Ray. You know, there's just some shows you like to do. I know you folks know that I love that turkey show, and I don't think Shelby's recovered from that, but we were pushing so many buttons with so many guests. I think what we have on that thing, we had about 12 guests, didn't we? Seem like Shelby?
Yeah.
She don't even know, but
I listened to it. It was you had a good roll going.
Yeah,
on
it
there.
was fun. Yeah, and I don't know about for Shelby, but this next guest, a longtime friend from his days, not only being from God's country in Arkansas, but also his work for Strike King for so many years. I don't know, Mark Maness, what almost 20 years? I don't know. You were Strike King for how long? You think?
Yeah, inside Strike King proper for 20 years, yes, sir.
20 years, and you're wondering, well, what are we talking to Mark from? Well, Mark is adventured out, so to speak, and, you know, he's really put Maness Productions on the map. I had a chance to watch the Mark Rose Outdoors video that Mark Maness shot, and it was really impressive. You got the real feel of Mark Rose up close and personal, other than being able to catch fish that day. And sometimes that just doesn't work. But we're glad to have with us on this morning's show Mark Maness of Maness Productions, and was recently in Illinois, Illinois up there. But talk about what you're doing now, Mark.
Well, Larry, first off, it's an honor to be on your show. I mean, it's a great show to have for outdoorsmen. And you know, there's so few of those now.
Well, thanks.
So just to be on here is an honor.
Well, thank you.
But I've hung out my shingle. I've become a free agent, so to speak, and I'm doing a little bit of everything. Most of my business is still in the fishing industry. Of course, I'm doing Mark Rose's digital series, which we just referenced, Rose Outdoors.
Yes. Yeah.
And I'm doing other work. I'm doing another series for another bait company that's going to be on television called Young Guns.
Oh,
that
okay.
will be debuting this next season.
Okay.
And that's what I've been up shooting. I was shooting with a fine young man by the name of Trey McKinney, who just turned 16.
Oh, come on. Yeah.
Whoa, what a fisherman. He's won everything in the book.
Really? And he's just 16.
And he is just 16, and he is savvy beyond his years.
Well, let's talk about how you do this, because you've been up with Trey. And not everything, it looks so simple when you watch it, but talk about your time with Trey. I mean, you were able to. Are you shooting a video for a certain length, and walk us through what a typical day would be for you in Illinois with Trey McKinney?
Sure. So, Young Guns will consist of 3 young anglers per episode of the show, and each angler has about a 7-minute segment. So this is the actual pilot episode number 1, and this was the first shoot of the episode number 1. But a typical day is, you know, we hit the water in the morning. Now we had quite a cold snap. And
yes.
Yeah. Yesterday it was brutal windy.
Yes.
I mean, we had 25, 30-mile-an-hour winds at times, and so it's not all great fun and games.
You can't control the weather. I don't see what the weathermen do. No. And I know Dave Gabbert and Gene Smith knows that too. We've all been caught outdoors and looking at the long-range forecast. Now, how many days do you consider a long-range forecast? The next day.
Really, the next day. Right. You know, I've always said I wish I could be, and with all due respect to weathermen, I wish I could be a weatherman, because you don't ever have to be right.
No, 20%. Yeah, 20% of the time. But and I've got some friends that are weather people. But so you have to do this, and you're trying to. I don't know how much film you shoot, and so you're going to put these 3 guys Are they going to be all on the same show? Is that the way it's going to work?
Right.
And
now I shot Trey's segment.
Uh-huh.
There's another segment, a young man by the name of Daryl Moore, that I'm going to Camden, Arkansas next week to shoot.
All right.
And then, but so I'll be traveling all over, and we'll actually be shooting multiple segments with these gentlemen.
Okay.
With each kid, and then we'll mix and match them as what works best.
And that's in the film room, and there's no telling, just don't tell how much film Mark Maness has shot in his career, Mark. And before we know what you're doing now. The past, is this something that you wanted to do back in those days when you had a chance to work with Larry Nixon and Roland Martin and somebody named Bill Dance? I mean, so. Is this, and coming from Brinkley, Arkansas, nothing against Brinkley, Arkansas, but you have to have dreams. So, was this the dream that you wanted to do?
Well, it was a side road of the dream. I've always wanted to be a director and cinematographer as long as I could remember. I mean, I was making little short films with an 8mm camera back when I was 10 years old.
Oh, now you're aging yourself. Now, okay, yeah.
Right, yeah, exactly.
Yes. You still have those films around? So no.
I do. As a matter of fact,
I've got some too. So this was something that you wanted to do, and
right. And I got a job at Jones Productions in Little Rock, Arkansas, as a freelancer, but I wanted something full-time, and through a friend of a friend, I ended up walking in for an interview, a company called Cinesport that did, at that time, Rayo Breckenridge, Bill Dance, Fishing with Roland Martin.
Yeah,
and,
that's right.
And Mark Sosin, Saltwater Journal, and I walked out with a job.
Wow.
And I've been, that was in 1983, and I've been in that industry ever since.
And you spent so much time with Strike King. Strike King meant so much to you, and
absolutely.
You were probably. I think I got to meet you in the early 2000s, something like that. I just retired from the Commercial Appeal, and you were with them, and there were some great times back in those days.
Absolutely.
To shoot this, but the dream was to do what you're doing now. To be your man, yes.
And and the stars finally just lined up just right, and thought this was the time to take a leap. And of course, I do more than just the fishing industry. I had a country music video that I did for a young artist named Cam Shelton out of Stuttgart.
Yes, yeah.
That was nominated by the Arkansas Country Music Association Video of the Year. It was nominated last year. So I do a lot of different production things and have done a few movies, independent feature films, but the fishing industry is my bread and butter.
That's it.
It's where my heart lies. And man, there's been some good times.
Yeah.
With Strike King.
And I know that your relationship to Mark Rose, this is something Mark has wanted to do. So talk about that, how that struck up, and there's going to be more of these, Mark said. He's hoping to do some more.
That's right.
And he's kicked that one off. You go to Mark Rose, what is it? Mark Rose Outdoors is the name of it. But talk about that relationship with you and Mark.
Well, Mark and I, of course, go way back through Strike King Association. And Mark is such a fine, humble person.
Yeah.
You can't help but like Mark because he's genuine.
There's
not a fake bone in his body. Well, he had talked about wanting to do this for several years, and when I moved out on my own, stars lined up.
Yep.
I live, he lives in Colt. I live in Brinkley.
Yes.
45 minutes away, and I'll give you just a little bit of a peek under the hood. We actually have more episodes filmed on Rose Outdoors, so they'll be getting very soon.
Okay.
So,
well,
but he, No, he's great to work with because he told me, he said, I just want my show to be real.
That's it. Yeah.
He said, I'm going to unabashedly talk about my faith.
That's
I'm
right.
going to talk about my family. I'm going to talk about fishing, and that's his main thing is faith, family, and fishing.
It's that, and I know when he took that cap off and he started scratching that red head of his, I knew you had him. You had him because
that's right.
That's Mark Rose when he takes that hat off. But
yes, sir.
Well,
Yes,
so
sir.
they can go. Tell it where can they watch that at now? Where how to?
They can go to YouTube and look up. I think it's either Rose Outdoors or type in Mark Rose Outdoors, and that first episode's on YouTube, and you can subscribe to that.
Yes.
So that you'll get a notification every time a new one hits.
I did.
And there'll be a new one that'll hit next week, and one probably we're going to try to get these out every couple of weeks.
Good. So there's another one. Another one will come out next week. You're going to give us a little hint about what that might be? Are we back at Horseshoe, or are we someplace else?
No, we're someplace else.
Okay.
But it is an Old River Oxbow, and the fishing was better.
Well, okay. That's what I want to see. Hey, Mark Maness, thank you, buddy. We're really proud that you're doing what you need to be doing, buddy. So we'll stay in touch, and I don't believe in luck. Just go do what you got to do. All right, man?
All right. Thank you. Thank you. It's an honor to be on here.
All right. Be careful. All right, buddy. Mark Maness.
Okay.
All right.
Take care.
All right. It's time to take a break, Shelby. We got 1 minute. All right, Gene, 1 minute.
All right, a vegetarian says eating meat is gross, but a person that sells fruits and vegetables is grosser.
We'll be right back on Outdoors with Larry Ray.